there, human. My name's Kira Virethorne. As you might have guessed, I'm not from Earth. I'm a Sakari fleet officer. My job is to develop technologies that keep our people safe. But I've recently found myself being drawn to you. That's right, human. I'm talking about you. You've come such a long way. But more about that later. The maker of this game has asked me to take a break from the Vanguard and come talk to you about Drone Commander. So, that's what I'm going to do. Oh, and I'm going to answer some of your questions that you have for me. First of all, thank you for following. You're making Drone Commander a reality, and I salute you for it. So, let's talk about your role in all of this. You start out as a typical human, working a boring job, completely unaware of us. And you're not exactly the towering hero from your old stories, are you? It's fascinating, actually. From a biological standpoint, Sakari females are, well, we're dominant by default. So, when we encounter a male who isn't physically imposing, but projects such a high degree of confidence and acuity, the effect is quite potent. It creates a very compelling dynamic, and you, my dear human, are a very compelling case study. Anyway, in the game, you work a boring 9-to-5 office role, until one day, you're abducted by aliens. Well, us, the Sakari. You first meet Fel, your assigned buddy, a combat specialist, and your conduit to the wider Sakari community. Soon, you'll meet a lot more people, develop relationships, and discover that another 400 humans were abducted too. But what for? You quickly find out the truth of the galaxy, the drone fleet, the plight of my people, and the grim fate in store for Earth and humanity. This discovery lights a fire within you, and soon you enlist in Fel's drone training outreach program and work hard to make a difference. As I said, you've come a long way, my dear. You'll get the chance to be mentored by the best in combat training and given your own suit so that you can explore and make a difference on the ground too. But it's not all as simple as that. We didn't come for your help. In fact, we were just passing by. Not many Sakari take humans seriously. You're more of a pet project. But not everyone thinks that way. Part of your challenge will be convincing others that humans matter. The game moves on from Earth, and you'll travel the stars, meeting new anthro-humanoid species, ranging from the fox-eyed Kethri to the reptilian Drakans. You'll make first contact, and building alliances will become your forte. Let's talk about the gameplay, shall we? So, how does it all feel? I know that's what you're really wondering. The maker wanted you to experience everything, not just one piece of the puzzle. You need to feel the weight of command in the RTS, the adrenaline of a firefight on the ground in the RPG, and of course, those quiet personal moments that define who we are. Let's break down a typical cycle. It often starts in your quarters, your personal sanctuary. It's where you'll process everything. You can tinker with your suit upgrades, listen to Fleetwave 105. Our internal comms channel has some surprisingly good music. Or play a few simulator games for merit shares. A bit of friendly competition never hurts, right? And of course, you can message the crew. Some of us might be waiting to hear from you. When you're ready, you step out and explore. The Vanguard is huge and will be visiting worlds that are nothing like Earth. You'll build your ground party and you'll need to think carefully about who to bring. Some situations call for raw power, others for a bit of my scientific finesse. I can support you by casting algo chants to manipulate the battlefield, while you're calling in drone strikes or even hopping into an attack jeep. The battles can get quite large, with multiple squads on the field, so your strategic commands will be crucial. But it's the moments between fights that truly matter. That's where you'll really get to know us. We aren't just assets in your squad. We have our own hopes, our own pasts. And you'll find your words have weight. Be careful though, some of us are quite charismatic. You might find yourself agreeing to things you didn't plan to if you're not paying attention. In gamer speak, that means they can influence your stats and options, a rarity in VNs. And then there's fleet action. This is where you truly shine, human. I've learned when you connect to a neural pod, anything can happen. You command entire drone fleets, swarms of small fighters to distract the enemy, resilient frigates to absorb damage, and heavy hitters to deliver the final blow. You'll even manage logistics, replicating new units by mining resources from nearby asteroid fields. I know it sounds intense, but for those who prefer to keep their boots on the ground, the Maker has included an option to automate the command process. You won't miss the story, I promise. But I have a feeling you'll want to be in that command seat. It all flows together, because life isn't just one thing, is it? It's a mix of everything, from grand strategy to a simple conversation. After an intense battle, you might want to spend time in my arms, talk about your victories, or have me comfort you in the losses. You might find yourself sitting in the stellar pier, philosophizing with others. It's those moments of comfort, of intimacy, that make this all worthwhile. After all, what's the point of saving the galaxy if you have no one to share it with? To make all that possible, the Maker, McMurchie, has been incredibly busy. In fact, he just hit a big milestone. All the main engines have been completed, putting a tentative but tangible date of development completion around... drum roll please! June of next year. Of course, work continues. Right now he's building out 3 major pieces which will add unique character and playability to the game. He's been working on some fascinating new systems, one he calls Forge. Think of these corrupted, chaotic zones we've found. Your team will have to fight your way into the heart of one, then hold the line against waves of, well, they're nasty creatures, while a specialist performs a sort of technological exorcism on it. You can collect entropy and deposit in resonance spires to collect echo fragments to build your upgrades. These game loops, though intense, are vital to both the story and playability. And he's found a way to make the ground and space combat feel more connected. Imagine you're pinned down in an RPG battle. In key moments, you'll snap into a fast-paced orbital skirmish. If you can take out the capital ship in that brief window, you'll see reinforcements and supplies drop for your ground team moments later. It makes everything you do feel so much more impactful, you know? All the while, the cutscenes and FMV overlays keep the story moving, as you do. The final item McMurtry just completed is the hybrid visual novel, a special blend of RPG and visual novel for those more atmospheric moments. This is great for scenes where the environment or full view of the people you are talking to matters. It also works for action cutscenes to be more expressive than what 2D RPGs can do. We already have RTS visual novel fusion, so this is the last link in the daisy chain. Liv Ravenshaw asks, wait, that name, it sounds familiar. Anyway, she asks, what's it like to be the cutest and smartest Sakari in the whole fleet? How does it feel to have it all, Kira? Oh my. I think I'm beginning to see what Val keeps saying about you humans. Oh, my dear, I'm just a team player. We've got really smart people like Evren on the ship. My sister Isara, she's a real brain box. I just wish she'd apply herself to something more than serving booze. As for cutest, oh, I wonder what the tabby burners would say about that. McMurtry, oh, the man himself, wants me to set the record straight on AI and if it's used in the game. Ah, yes. Simply put, by completion, less than 5% of the mocks will remain. That's in the worst case, but McMurtry is targeting 0%. Yes, 0. In the olden days, people used open source assets for mocking. McMurtry has worked daily for 18 months on the game. He's determined not to shortcut anything. But exceptions could happen, in which case nothing goes ahead without consulting you guys first. McMurtry puts every penny into real, top voice actors, like Liv. And special musicians, like Yevgeny, as well as world-class art, from Alan, Manji, Gabriel, and, McMurtry too. He drew my first mock designs. Okay, humans, it's time for your questions. Tyson Taylor asks, am I friends with Morrigan and Leora? Well, I chat with Leora whenever I'm in the plaza looking for a burger. Morrigan, back in the academy for sure. Now, not so much. But technically, I'm supposed to perform a citizen's arrest if I ever see her again. From Jack the Ripper. Ooh, scary. Kira, are you aware of great human war legends involving stories of humans who defy all odds? As you know, I'm technically in the military, so I do my research. What you might not know about me is, I adore confidence. Take note, Kira speedrunners. So, I'd have to give it to Adrien Coton de Wiart. And wow, what a character he was! A British Army officer who fought in the Boer War, World War I, and World War II. His injury list is absolutely ridiculous. He got shot in the face, lost an eye, shot through the skull, ear, ankle, leg, and hip at various times, survived 2 plane crashes, tunneled out of a POW camp despite being in his 60s, bit off his own fingers when a doctor refused to amputate them. They'd been mangled and were bothering him. Anyway, he embodies the spirit humanity will need, fighting against Nef's Dominion and the Darkworlders. To be honest, some of us Sakari refer to humans as the honey badger. I'm Solo asks, is 15 children too many? 15? Definitely for me it's too much. I'm an Astraria, meaning work takes my main focus, and if I'm lucky enough to get a man, it would be for our mutual physical interests and comfort when I'm lonely. So I'm not really planning for kids. That said, we don't have the same body clock like humans, so maybe in 40 years I might change my mind. Hanford asks, do you leave cat fur around chairs and furnitures like my real-life cat? You humans do know we aren't related to cats, right? Though I'm told Sakari without nanites do shed. Not me, though. Lurga asks, how much of my beauty and, size is due to nature and how much is due to nanites? Me? Beautiful? Really? It's all natural, my dear. But genetic engineering and nanites have slowly steered my family's gene line in this direction. Without it, I guess I'd look different. But you could argue it's the same on Earth, with modern medicine, nutrition, and so on. We're just further ahead on that curve. Yugi asks, why am I so cold with my sisters? I'm not cold. We just kind of went different paths in our lives. It's common for Sakari sisters to not get along. Maybe it's a rivalry thing? Just ask Tabi and Fel. But I do love my sisters. I really miss Nara. Jordan asks if Sakari are attracted to sentient males in general, or just Sakari and humans. Well, most of us have never met an alien, but we spent 9 months traveling to Earth. We watched all your shows, studied your history, so it's natural we grew an affection for you. But humans and Sakari appear to be highly attracted to each other, and compatible at least from a cultural and social aspect. But maybe that's more of a question for Erica. John asks about my favorite Earth character. You know, I've been studying your media archives, and I have to admit, your James Bond is quite compelling. He's brilliant, confident, and always in control. As for having Straker cosplay as him, well, if he ever showed up in my lab dressed like that, I suppose I'd have to devise a very elaborate trap for him. For science, of course. Kiara Novak asks, I hope I'm saying that right, by the way. What was basic training like? Do I have any fun anecdotes? Well, the academy is a bit like university for the military. After basic, I did a lot of science and warfare classes. I remember a combat simulation where Fel was trying to shoot her way through a swarm of creatures, only making it worse. I realized they were just reacting to our weapon's energy. Instead of fighting, I retuned a scanner to calm them, and they let us pass right through. We got an A+ for outthinking the problem. Fel still hasn't forgiven me for robbing her with science. Don't tell her I said that, though, please. Jolty asks if we have any attractive preference on fur patterns and color. Some do, but it's not much of a factor, as often people change their pattern and fur color anyway, a bit like how you change hairstyles. In general, we have a different appreciation for aesthetic beauty than humans do. JC asks, despite human technology being far behind the Sakari, are there any human technologies, be it military or civilian, that make you go, hey, this is amazing. Why didn't we think of this? Well, that'll be Velcro. No, I'm serious. A reminder that the most elegant solution is often the simplest. It's beautiful. Okay, dear. I'm sorry if I didn't get around to your question. Let me know in the comments if you want to do more. Though, I hear Morgan is up for the next devlog. So, I hope you're as excited about this future as I am. This is a massive undertaking, and if you want to become part of the command structure, and maybe see a little more of me, then I invite you to join our mission on Patreon. Your support truly matters. It's what allows the Maker to craft the stirring music, the breathtaking worlds, and find the perfect voices that bring us all to life. I'll be waiting for you on the Vanguard, Commander.